the provenance, if you will, of Bitcoins and advocating for clean coins for a while now. Certainly an issue that's been taken up by Elon Musk. He's recently tweeted that he's having active discussions with Bitcoin miners regarding the sustainability of the digital coin. Why is the idea of a green coin, if you will, so important to Bitcoin's growth as an asset class?
Because it matters to institutions. And the way you have to think about this, there's a lot of excitement within the crypto community, particularly around Bitcoin, that it's to the moon. You've heard that expression many times, and that it won't be long before it's $100,000 a coin. None of that's going to happen unless the institutional market starts to buy this as an asset class. And for all the hype and excitement and all the discussions that have been going on online and on social media, the truth is institutions haven't touched this yet. Not the real institutions, not the sovereign funds, not the pension plans. Very, very few are involved in it. And one of the major reasons, if not the reason, is that they all now have to be compliant to sustainability and ethics committees. And the way you have to look at that is, you've got, let's say you're managing $50 billion. You're a sovereign fund. And you are concerned about the long-term investment. That's the nature of what they do. And so you concern yourselves about the issues that the people that you're serving care about. And one of those that has been moving right up the hit parade is sustainability, ESG. You've seen it happen at the corporate level. There's a very famous letter that came out of Oleary, I think, at BlackRock just 6 months ago that really defined what it meant to be sustainable and climate change and all of these things that people kind of ignored for a long time. But now at the institutional level, if you're sitting with a sustainability committee on top of the investment committee, you have to go through their filter first. And their filter has been very clouded by this debate around sustainability and coin mining. There's many miners, particularly in Asia and other foreign countries, that actually burn coal to make Bitcoin. Well, that's not okay anymore. And that's why this debate has come to the fore. But I say it's important and it's a good thing, because if we can resolve this, we can open up the floodgate, the log jam, if you would, of institutional money that wants to allocate to Bitcoin. So I, as a Bitcoin owner, want the institutional buyer to be my incremental buyer. That way I can see price appreciation. We're going to be stuck in a rut here till we resolve this issue. And I think it's very important to have an open forum about it and have a dialogue. I took a lot of criticism when I raised this just a couple of months ago. Now it's at the fore of everybody's discussions.
Yeah, it is. And it's partly the reason that we've had so much volatility in Bitcoin lately with, as I said, Elon Musk saying he's not allowing Teslas to be purchased by Bitcoin because of those environmental concerns. And now seemingly addressing that issue, Michael Saylor, he tweeted after Elon Musk's tweet that they've been meeting with Bitcoin miners and they now have this Bitcoin mining council, which will promote sustainability. So, Kevin, what impact will this mining council have? And in a way, is a mining council antithetical to the decentralized ideology of Bitcoin?
Well, that is a very good question. You've really nailed the issue. You've got the original crypto community that is steadfast holding to decentralization. They don't think they need a voice. They think that the overall aggregate of all the people that are want to be in the crypto business or be owners of crypto coins and tokens and everything else, they don't need to form a lobby group. And at the same time, while they're having that discussion, New York turns around a few weeks ago and puts a moratorium, or at least threatens one, for 3 years on any Bitcoin mining. And they have one of the most interesting possibilities, lots of hydroelectricity that's not being used around Niagara Falls, et cetera. And so because the industry has no voice, it has no lobby, it has no way to fight back when a single regulator, a single state or a municipality basically bans Bitcoin or tries to keep capital away by threatening something like this, there's nowhere to go. All you have is a barragement of social media occurring, but no centralized voice or committee. So I applaud anything that tries to aggregate the thought process. And there's many different forms being proposed. And in fact, there's a really big Bitcoin conference here in Miami on June 4th and 5th. And this will be one of the topics that's discussed because the world is gathering here in Miami. And we didn't know what the core issue would be, but certainly this is going to be one of the big ones. Sustainability, ESG, institutional buying is all part of it. And I think the pressure that Elon must have felt when he announced that he would take payment in Bitcoin, well, a lot of institutions that are his shareholders in Tesla that have provided him billions of dollars of market capitalization immediately jumped on him and said, I'm speculating when I say this, but I'm sure it happened. Wait a second. Where did that coin come from? How was it mined? How do you know it wasn't mined, in an insustainable manner or one that wasn't sustainable at all? And I think that's the pressure that he felt to come out and say, wait a second, I have to rethink this and I want to talk to miners. Remember, there's only 2.5 million coins left to be mined. That's it. And so it depends on what happens to the next 2.5 million versus all the coins that are out there already. And that's the dialogue the industry is having right now. But this issue is not going away. It is not going away. And if we want to see price appreciation, whether it be on a green coin or a sustainable coin or the aggregate of already mined coins, we're going to need to solve for this because the incremental buyer, the institution, is where the next $1 trillion worth of interest is going to come from.